We do this.
In your school?
Yeah.
In your school you are telling? Okay.
We can
Wait.
start from here.
Okay. We have to start from here?
Yeah.
Okay. So a change of state. So before that, I want to ask you, what are the 3 states of matter? Can you tell me?
Solid, liquid and gas.
Solid, liquid and gas. Very good. In that, one thing can be changed into another, isn't it? That is called a change of state, right? Okay. So there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, these are 3 states of matter. How will you define matter? How will you define matter once again? How will you define matter?
Matter is
That is, matter is anything that occupies space, right? Anything that occupies space. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Can you give an example?
Matter. Cube.
Cube.
Solid.
Which cube?
A wooden cube.
Which cube?
Wooden cube.
Oh, wooden cube. Wooden cube. Okay. Very good. Okay. So that will occupy a space, right?
Hmm.
Yes, that will occupy a space, right? Okay. So anything that occupies space is called matter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This matter is got the 3 forms. What we have discussed is solid, liquid, and gas. In that, okay. Okay. In that, we can convert solid into liquid.
I know what is it.
We can convert liquid into gas.
I know what is it called, but I don't know what is liquid converted to gas. We don't have.
Yeah, you don't. I will explain. Don't worry. Like that, we can directly convert solid into gas. That can also be done, right? Okay. Solid can be changed to liquid. Liquid can be liquid can be changed to gas, and solid can be converted to gas, right? Okay. Coming to our point, so a change of state is when matter in one state changes into another state, right? Okay. For this to happen, that is for this change of state to happen, what we have to do? We have to do either we have to heat that or we have to cool it, right? Changes of state can happen when matter is heated or cooled. Okay. So what will happen means when matter is heated, what will happen? The particles inside begin to move faster, right? Okay. When matter is heated, the particles inside move faster. When matter is cooled, its particles move slower. Okay. Okay. So when matter is heated, you can give this symbol. This is you are heating it. Okay. When matter is heated, particles inside the matter
Move faster.
move faster. Okay. But if you cool it, particles move slower. Okay. Okay. Next, when temperature. So we will see. So for we will see some examples. Then you can understand how the particles move faster and so on. Okay. And before that, there is one more thing, that is temperature. What is temperature? It is a measure of the average movement of particles in matter, right? So we are talking about the particles moving. No, that in how to measure that movement, we can use a unit called temperature. So temperature is a measure of the movement of the particles. Okay. Temperature is the average, not perfect, average measure of the movement of the particles, right? Movement of the particles. So far what you have understood is, when you heat a matter or when you cool a matter, there will be movement of particles. Okay? There will be movement of particles. Movement of particles. But that movement of particles may be faster or slower. It may be faster or slower. To measure this, we are using a unit called temperature. Right?
It has.
Aurikla, am I
Yeah.
too fast?
Huh?
Am I too fast?
No, okay.
No,
It's
you can
okay.
follow, right?
Mm.
You can follow me, right? Okay. So to
Yeah,
measure that,
temperature has two type of degrees, Celsius
temperature
and Fahrenheit.
is used to measure the movement of the particles, right? And
Yeah,
it is measured in degrees. So it is measured in
Celsius,
degrees, that is Celsius or Fahrenheit. Okay. How is temperature measured?
Celsius,
How is this temperature measured?
uh,
Celsius or
and
Fahrenheit. So you have to put a small that degree. This is degree. So this is Celsius or it can be Fahrenheit, right? Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Next. So temperature is measured in degrees with the thermometer. Okay. Temperature is measured with the instrument called a thermometer, right? A cold object has a low temperature, but a warm object has a higher temperature, right or not?
yeah, right.
Okay. Here in this is a cold object, so that mercury level is somewhat here only, but it is a warm object, so it has raised to this level, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Whatever the is been taken, that will rise. That metal will rise. Mercury or whatever we have taken, that will that if it is the object is I mean it is heated, because of the temperature, the level will increase. But if it's cold, not much increase, right? It will show only low temperature, right?
mm,
Okay, next. So now, suppose now you pull an ice cube out of the freezer in a warm kitchen. Just we are going to see one experiment, right? You are pulling an ice cube out of the freezer in a kitchen. What in a warm kitchen? That is also kitchen is hot, right? What will
yeah.
happen? What will happen
Suppose
if you take the ice cube
the
from the freezer and
kitchen,
you, huh?
the kitchen will be warm.
Kitchen
The kitchen will be warm.
Kitchen will be warm. Yeah, that I know. I'm telling kitchen is warm. So if you take that solid ice cube tray from the freezer and you keep it in the kitchen, what will happen to the cube? What will happen to the ice cube?
The ice cube will be, ice cube has
Ice cube?
condensation.
Ice cube?
Ice cube will do condensation.
Ice cube will be what? I can't get your point. Ice cube?
Ice water to liquid to solid is
You
it
don't
will be
worry.
freeze. It will be freeze.
It will.
It will be freeze.
It will.
It will be freeze.
You are instead of you are talking not in front of the mic. You are going here and there. Sit.
It will be freeze.
My question is, what will happen to the ice cube? My question is,
Yeah, the ice cube will freeze.
ice cube will Ice cube will. You write. You write. Write the answer. Ice cube will. Right, Srishti. Right answer. Ice cube will freeze up. So you are taking that ice cube. You are taking that ice cube. So just we can have it. This is ice cube, right? This is an ice cube.
Put I here.
Good idea. So this is ice cube, right? So my question is, you are taking this ice cube from freezer. From freezer, you are taking that ice cube and you are keeping that in the warm kitchen. You are keeping this ice cube from freezer and you are keeping it in the warm kitchen, right? What will happen?
It will freeze. It will freeze.
It will freeze because the temperature in freezer, the ice cream, the temperature is cool.
Say it again.
Wait, in freezer of a refrigerator, the temperature is cold, right? Okay. But in the kitchen, I have already told it's warm kitchen, right? So what will happen to the cube? It will freeze. Will it freeze?
What will happen to the cube?
Will it freeze?
No, it will be liquid.
It will change into liquid. Right. Ice cube will change into liquid water. Liquid. What is that liquid form? Liquid water. Right? So this process is called what? This ice cube, it will change into liquid water. What is this process called? What is this process called? You know?
Wait. Melting.
Melting. Very good.
What happened?
Well, I want to put a thumbs up for you. Hand tool. What is the purpose of this tool? So you are telling it the correct answer, right?
Yeah.
So
it is melting.
So I thought this is thumbs up or something like that. It's not like that. Anyway, some hand is going here and there. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so yes, as you told, it's melting. Okay. So ice cube. So this is ice cube. When you take that into warm kitchen, it will turn into liquid, right? So as liquid water cools enough, it changes state to become solid water or ice. If you take out ice cubes from the freezer, they will change back into liquid water, right or not?
Right.
So what they are telling is, when you kept that liquid water into freezer, in the what is that? What is this called as? This is ice cube tray, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So liquid water, if you keep that in freezer in a ice cube tray, this liquid water will change into ice cubes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this process is called freezing, right?
Okay, freezing.
Okay, so that is you are cooling it. You are cooling this liquid water, so it will change into ice cubes. Now, if you are bringing that ice cubes into to a kitchen, to a warm kitchen. what will happen? The cubes will melt
Miss, look at what the P.
into liquid water, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So by this, what you can understand is water can be changed into ice cubes, and
Mm.
ice cubes can be changed into water, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
so by this, what you are doing, you can change a liquid into solid. At the same time, you can change a solid into liquid, right? Am I right or not?
Yeah, you're right.
To change a liquid into solid, it can be done by freezing or cooling, right?
Mm.
Okay, but if you want to bring the solid to liquid, you have to do heat it. During
Miss,
heating,
I don't know. I don't know the difference between heating and melting.
both are almost same. Both are same only. So that is, if it doesn't, it itself melts. But if you heat it, you heat it by by a burner or something, it will change. So that is heat. You are doing that heating, but melting is by room temperature, because that room temperature was warm. I told, right? Because the kitchen was warm kitchen, isn't it?
Hmm.
Okay, the kitchen itself is warm, right? So you do nothing. You don't need to do anything. It will just melt. But generally, if it is not melting, it will. If you heat it, it will change into liquid, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Next. So you are clear. So suppose you read this. Suppose read Srishti. Suppose.
Suppose you pull an ice cube out of the freezer into a warm kitchen as
Hmm.
the solid ice heats up and changes into a liquid. Some
Hmm.
changes of a state happen when matter is cool. If
Hmm.
you if you put the solid water, the melted ice cube back into the freezer, it will return into a solid.
Right? Are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Melting. So to melt is to read it. To melt is to
And change from a solid to liquid melting happens when matter is heated. Particle of solid become less tightly attracted, and changes to a liquid.
wait. So they are telling one more point. That is what they are telling is what they're telling is generally in a solid particles are tightly packed, right?
Hmm.
In a solid particles are tightly packed. Okay. So when you heat it, okay, when you heat it, what happened?
What?
What happened? Did you do anything?
No.
Okay, solids. So I have tried one more time. Solids, they are tightly packed. For example, if it is a solid, the particles will be tightly packed. There is no space. Okay, so much of attractive force between the particles, and so they are tightly packed. Right?
Miss, what is this?
Okay,
Okay.
this is solid.
It just vibrate. It just vibrate like like this. It doesn't and like this is a gas
Hmm.
uh, glass of gas.
Hmm.
The particles are inside. It moves freely.
Yeah, moves freely. Very good, very good. Right. As you
Yeah.
said, first, let me tell you about solid. This is tightly packed, right? Tightly packed. But in liquid, they are not that much
No,
tight, right?
no, they are not that much tight. They are just like sliding down like this, up like this.
Right. What are you are talking about liquid, right?
Yeah. Solid,
Yes, they
I
are
know,
tightly
gas,
packed.
I know,
Shall it
and
draw like
liquid.
this? Shall it draw for liquid? Shall it draw like this?
Huh?
This is liquid, right? So
Yeah.
after this place, we can't draw anything. So let me draw here, right?
Hmm. Like this is a solid. Inside the particles, it
Uh,
moves, vibrate, it vibrate.
hmm.
And where is the gas?
So, so solid, they are tightly packed, but in liquid, they are not that much tight, right? They are loosely
Yeah.
packed. Okay. So when you heat a solid, the particles will not be that much attraction will not be there, and it will change into liquid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Liquid, when you heat that, that particles will be very loosely packed, and it is called a gas. When you heat liquid, it will change into gas, right? Okay, so solid, when you heat, it will change into
Like,
liquid. And the
like.
liquid, when you change that heat, it will when you heat it, it will change into gas, right?
This, inside this,
Uh,
the particles are gas.
Particles are
Gas. Inside this, it is
uh,
gas.
tight. What are you telling? Particles are tight or loose?
No, inside this,
Hmm.
inside this paper, it is
Uh,
a gas. It is a gas. It
okay.
moves. It inside this
Uh.
particles move freely.
Oh, very good, very good. Right, right, right. Very good. So, what do you mean by that gas? Srishti, I can get your point. So, what is there inside that? So, you are showing one white color cover, no? So, inside, what do you mean by gas? Which gas is there?
Gas,
Can you
gas.
give name for that gas?
Huh?
Can you give name for that gas?
Nitrogen.
No, no, no. So, you know some gases. But totally, how can you say you are showing something and what gas will be there? You are showing on
Um,
paper cover, right? You are telling that gas is there, so it can easily free. Like that, you are telling, right?
yeah.
So can you call it as air?
Yeah.
You can call it as air, right? So
No. I
if
put
something,
inside this little clip.
huh?
I put inside that little clip like this.
Okay, okay, okay. That is liquid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Very good, Srishti, super. So inside that paper cup, paper cup like that, you are showing me that air is there, right?
Yeah.
So that is gas is there, so you can move it freely. And inside that pen, you are telling that you have put ink, and that is called a liquid, right?
Yeah. And that
Very
is
good,
God.
super, 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 super. Very nice, very nice, super.
And for
Okay.
solid,
Uh,
that
hmm.
gap or this pencil, it is a solid.
uh. So pencil is a solid, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So you are for a solid, you are showing pencil as an example, right?
Yeah.
Good. Very nice. Super, super, super. Good, 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 good. So shall we go to our point now?
Yeah.
Okay. So to melt means we have to change from a solid to liquid. So melting happens when matter is heated, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Particles of a solid becomes less tightly packed, and then solid changes into a liquid, right? Okay. Next, when ice melts, what will happen? It becomes to liquid water. Like that, when spring days get warm enough, ice that formed during winter begins to melt, isn't it? Okay. When spring season comes, ice formed during winter begins to melt. Have you ever noticed that? Okay. So the melted water flows in the rivers and streams, right? Right? Okay. So what they are telling is that is in in during winter, ice cubes will be there, right? Water will be in ice form. Otherwise, I will tell like that. Water will be in ice form. Okay. In during winter, water will be in ice form. Water will be in ice form, right? Right. So, but shall I write water here? Can I write water here?
No.
I can write water because water's ice is one of the form of water, right? So by this, what you can understood is all are called water only. So ice cube is also water. It is also water, right? Okay. And if you melt it, it will become liquid. That is also called water, right? And
Yeah.
if the liquid, if you vaporize it, it will change into gas. That is called a water vapor.
Okay.
Okay. So this is water vapor, and this is ice cube or ice, and this is water. But all are the three forms of water.
Yeah, this is the water.
Three forms of water. Okay. Now coming to our point, in winter, ice, it will be in ice form. So during spring season, this ice will change into water and it will flow in rivers and streams. Right? Got it? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think by mistake, I have I have closed that thing, I think, presentation. Sorry, I will bring that now. Okay? Okay. Okay. So now you are clear. There are three forms of water, right? Okay. Right, it's coming. Please wait for a minute, okay?
Miss, why
Yes.
this you are currently not sharing anything? You can share multiple resources within the session.
What?
It is
16.
telling you are currently not sharing anything.
What is your doubt? I'm bringing the PPT which I have closed by mistake, right? Okay. So no need to waste time. So far, what we have studied? We have studied that there are three states of matter, right? Okay. And one state can be changed to another state, right? That is change of state. That is called a change of state, right? Right. For that, if you want to change if that solid changes into liquid, you have to heat it. If you heat it, the solid will melt into liquid. solid will melt into liquid, right?
Yeah.
Very clear. So this is a thing we have done so far. Okay.
What's happened?
I'm just telling whether if I open it, whether I can see this. Yeah, I can see this. Sorry. So okay. And so this experiment we have done, no? This experiment. So ice cube. So we have to do this experiment, right? So this is the first page of your book. That is, you are taking a clear plastic cup, ice cube, thermometer, marker, right? Then what you are doing? You are keeping that ice cube in that.
This
Place
I
an ice
have
cube.
you.
This is an experiment, right? Place an ice cube in a clear plastic cup. What you observe that ice cube, touch it with your finger, place the thermometer in the cup to measure the temperature of the ice cube. Then tip the cup a little one side, see how ice cube moves. Record your observations about its shape and temperature, right? Next, leave the ice cube alone for about an hour. Observe it in the cup by touching it and tipping it again. Measure its temperature. Record any changes in shape or temperature, right? So initially in the cup it was in the ice cube, then it changed into liquid, right? Right? Okay. Okay. So use a marker to draw a line that show water level in the cup. Leave the cup alone for 2 days, then it will change it will start vaporizing also, right? So in the explore activity you watch, solid changes into liquid. The same, what happened?
What?
What happened? So, um, so in the explore activity, you watch the solid changing into liquid. The same kind of changes happen when you hold a chocolate bar in your warm hands, right? Have you ever experienced this? The solid bar melts and forms a runny liquid. Have you ever experienced this?
No.
No or not? If you keep on having that solid chocolate in your hand for a long time, it will change into liquid. Have you ever noticed it or not?
Yeah. It
Yes.
happened in my
So
school.
what is the meaning? That solid. Why that solid is melting? Because of what? Because your hand is warm, right? Your hand is warm. So because of that hotness in the hand, the salt chocolate, which was in the solid form, now changes into liquid. So it is running. The liquid starts running, drop by drop, right? Okay. So these things we have read today. Though. So this is, and one more thing. What is this one? Tell me. What is this example shows? Can you tell me? Tell me, Srishti, what is this? See the picture. If you see the picture, can't you see? Can't you understand what this picture is?
It's a candle of wax.
Candle. So you are heating the candle. So it changes into what? It's melting, and you can see the liquid water here, right? So how do you get the liquid water? Because of the melting of the wax, right? For the wax to melt, you are heating that. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. So metals are usually, the next example, what is this next example is, a worker heats bronze metal until it melts. Right? Yeah, this is worker. He heat up bronze metal until it melts. Then he can pour the liquid bronze into a mold to bring a shape. Right? It's bringing the liquid, is pouring the liquid bronze into a mold to bring a shape. So this is a melting process, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a melting process. So what they are telling is metals are usually solid, right?
Yeah.
Metals are usually solid. But if it heated to a very high temperature, they can melt. Okay. They turn into liquid metal that can be poured into a mold to make metal parts. Right? To make the metal parts, it can be molded, they are telling. Right? Okay or not? Tell me, can you understand or not?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it can.
Okay. Next.
And even magnets are solid.
Even
Magnets.
magnets. Correct. Next, freezing. Next, freezing. So you know to freeze, what is meant to freeze?
To
Change from
freeze solid to liquid to solid.
liquid to solid. So freezing happens when matter is cooled enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what will happen? What will happen actually during freezing? You read this. Tell me. What will happen to the particles?
Which particles?
To the particles which are in the solid mean freezing means liquid to solid, right?
Yeah.
When you freeze, what happens to the liquid particles? They move slower and get closer to each other. Okay, they move slower and get closer to each other, and then they become so tightly attracted. Then that liquid changes into solid. Ulta. How you told that solid to liquid particles tightly to loosely. Now loosely to tightly. Got it or not?
Got it.
Got it. That is when solid, we change that solid to a liquid. Okay, the tightly packed particles tightly particles tightly packed particles on heating becomes loosely particles. Loosely tight, I mean, yes, they are loose. They are not tightly packed, they are loosely packed, so it is called a liquid. They are loosely packed, so it is called a liquid, right?
Liquid.
Now
Hmm.
when you keep this liquid when you keep this liquid in a freezer in a freezer, what will happen? That liquid particles, they will
They
they
freeze.
will move slower and get closer to each other.
No, they will freeze.
uh, they will move slower. Liquid particles move slower and get tightly packed.
No, miss, they will freeze.
Huh?
They will freeze.
Yeah, that is called freezing. That's what I'm telling. During freezing, what will happen? They will move slower and the particles get tightly packed. That is called freezing. That process is called freezing. At the time, that liquid will change into solid. At the time, that liquid will change into solid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it can be told as frozen, frozen, frozen form, right?
No, I
That
don't
frozen
like.
form is solid.
I
Frozen form is solid.
like
During freezing, that liquid will changes to frozen form, that is solid.
yeah.
Huh? Right? Right? Are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So to make a frozen juice pop, what you have to do? To make a frozen juice pop, what you have to do? You have to pour liquid juice into a mold and place it in the freezer, right? Right or not?
Right.
So like this, like this. So if you want to, if you want to get a frozen juice pop, what you have to do? You have to take that liquid and you have to keep it in a freezer. And if you keep it, liquid will change into solid, right? Like this, like this. Okay or not?
Okay.
So okay, Then next, last thing what we are going to study in today's class is boiling and evaporation. Okay?
Yeah, I know that if evaporation is a change to the wait.
Tell me. I will wait. I will wait. Tell me. Good. Tell me.
Liquid to liquid to gas.
Yes, liquid to gas. Very good. So, matter can change from, read it.
Wait, matter can change
First,
from
read the title, boiling and evaporation.
boiling and evaporation.
Evaporation. Okay. Matter can change from a,
Miss, what happened to this?
to what?
Matter can change from a liquid to a gas in two ways.
Hmm.
Boiling and evaporation. When a
Hmm.
liquid is warmed,
Hmm.
particles inside to move.
Particles inside begin to move faster. Right? Uh, uh. So when you there, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Srishti?
Boil
Now I can hear
from
you. Particles move fast enough to break away from the other liquid particles. Now the particles are called gas particles, right?
yeah
Okay, next. So,
to
so
to
that is,
boil
tell me. So, boiling means, sorry, boiling means, I mean, evaporation means, evaporation means, evaporation means liquid to,
hmm,
liquid to,
sorry liquid to gas.
yeah. So when you boil the water, when you boil
Boil
the water, the liquid water will changes into water vapor.
water vapor.
And this process is called evaporation.
Evaporation.
Okay. So for this evaporation, when this evaporation process happens, what will happens to the particle? Particles, they will move faster or slower? Water
Faster.
particles, they move faster and they will become gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, liquid particles like this, they move faster and they will become gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Good. So now you read. To boil is to, read it. To
To
boil is,
boil is to change from a liquid to gas at liquid's boiling temperature. When you
hmm,
heat the water on a stove to
uh,
cook noodles, you are
hmm.
boiling it. The bubbles that form in the water at the bottom of the pan are made of hot. These gases of what
Hot gas called water vapor.
hot gas, water vapor.
Hmm.
Water's boiling temperature or boiling point is 100 Celsius to 101 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay, if you tell it in Celsius, it is 100 degree. But if you tell it in Fahrenheit, it's 212 Fahrenheit, right? Are you clear? That is
Hmm.
the boiling point of water. Okay, okay. Read
Miss,
it now.
what happened?
Read it.
To change from a liquid to gas is a condensation. Condensation gas can
Hmm.
happen by Evaporation too, when sunlight shines on puddles of water, eventually disappear. The
Hmm.
water evaporates. To
Hmm.
evaporate is to change from a liquid to a gas below the liquid's boiling temperature.
Yeah.
Evaporation can take place at any temperature. However, evaporation is slow process compared to boiling.
So have you ever noticed that the puddle will soon dry up in the sunshine? Have you ever noticed that?
No, I didn't saw.
So the like this, have you ever noticed this? This is a small puddle. This small water. This water was there in the floor because of the rain. This is rainwater. After some
Mm,
time, when the sun shines over this, because of the heat of the sun, this liquid water will evaporate. Liquid water will evaporate and it will change into water vapor.
okay.
Uh, Okay, it will change into water vapor. Okay, so in this picture what they are showing, they are keeping some ice cubes they have taken. A liquid changes into gas. So they are taking liquid in a beaker and bubbles are coming, and by that you can understand that liquid is changing into gas.
Mm,
Okay, so what they are telling now is, what is the last point is, that is boiling water, you can see bubbles. So it means liquid water changes into gas. That is, water changes into water vapor. Okay. During this temperature, it is not necessary the temperature should be 100 degrees Celsius. This change occurs, okay, this change occurs below boiling temperature. Below its boiling temperature, right? Boiling point or boiling temperature. So it happens because of sun, right? So because of sun, it will water in the puddles, they will directly changes into water vapor. Water in the puddles, they will directly change into water vapor, right? Because
mm,
of sunlight, sun's heat. So I will draw this picture one more time like this. So here sun is there, right? Okay.
mm.
Here sun is there. So do you want proper sun?
No, it's okay.
Okay, no. So this sun. What color can be given for sun?
Um,
That red or yellow something can be given.
Yellow color.
Okay. Yellow color. So okay, good. So here, this is what is this? Poodle.
Poodle.
Hmm. So in this, what is there in the poodle? Water is there. Okay. Because of the sun's heat, this water will
Hmm.
change into water vapor. Water will change into water vapor, and this only
Yes.
forms clouds. We go on condense here and it is called the clouds. Okay. So now coming to this point, that after some time you can't see any water here because everything has got changed into water vapor. No water. Okay, no water in the puddle because everything has changed into water vapor, right?
Yeah.
Next, last is condensation. Srishti, the last part is condensation. What is condensation? Gas to liquid. Have you ever noticed this gas to liquid?
No. Yeah,
No.
but I have an example of a
Huh?
cloud. I have an example of a cloud. It,
Where
it,
actually, okay, you read, then you can understand. Condensation happens when matter is cooled enough, right? Okay. That is, sometimes drops of water form on a mirror when you take a hot shower. Have you ever noticed?
hmm.
So when you take a shower with hot water, you can see some water drops can be seen on the mirror. right? So those are called water vapor. I mean, so that water has condensed from gas to liquid, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Condensation is condensation is condensation is gas to liquid. Condensation is gas to liquid. That is water vapor. It will condense into water. It will condense into water. Okay. Let me see. Like this, they are telling. If you are keeping your water vapor condenses into liquid droplets of water. So in a mirror, you can see that the liquid drops like this, right? Like this. Okay. So let me tell another example also. Let me tell another example. Right. So have you
Yeah,
ever
this
noticed?
one.
Have you ever noticed this water vapor in the air condenses as it cools on the outside of a cold glass? Have you ever
Yeah.
noticed? Okay. So which has condensed to this? How do you get the bubbles on the outside of this glass tumbler? How did you get?
Because
Hmm.
there is a
So water vapor has changed into this liquid.
yeah, no, water vapor
Okay,
has changed into liquid.
see in the atmosphere. This is atmosphere. This and all air, right? In air, water vapor is there. You know, in air, water vapor is there. Oxygen is there. Nitrogen is there. Everything is there in air, right? So what will happen if you keep a cup full of water? Otherwise, if you keep ice cubes, you keep ice cubes in a cup and keep it in a shelf.
Yeah,
Okay, what will happen? This water vapor, no, which was present in the atmosphere, for this
yeah,
water vapor, this ice tumbler's outer covering is cold, isn't it?
yeah,
So in this cold, this vapor will go and settle as drops of water, right? So only you can see that droplets of water are present outside that glass tumbler. Okay, you can see drops of water on the outside of the glass. Wait,
yeah.
wait. So what process has happened here?
Condensation
Condensation. Condensation means from which state to which state?
from gas state to liquid state.
Gas to liquid. That's all. So in this picture, can you explain this picture to me?
So, look,
Can you explain this
evaporation or
picture to me?
boiling changes
Ah.
into gas, and
Hmm.
gas changes into
Hmm.
condensation, and
Yes.
freezing. The solid changes to melting because it was a liquid, and then it will freeze when we put it in a freezer. And the cloud. It is a what we call it is a gas. What we call
Ah.
it?
Droplets.
Gas.
Condensation. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, this is a roux. We call it roux. Yeah.
Gas. Okay. Then after condensation, the gas will bring as liquid. That is called rain. So I will explain one thing to you. That
I
is,
know, I know. I know why. Because can you do whiteboard?
do you
This?
know how do we get rain?
Yeah.
Tell me. How do we
Um,
get rain?
what else?
Ah.
Get
So
rain.
because of sun's heat,
Yeah,
all
we get
molecules
rain.
are
No,
present
no,
in
no, no,
puddle
no. Never to tell.
or river
I
or
will tell.
lake.
I will tell.
Tell. Tell.
The sunlight will come to here.
Hmm.
The water will evaporate, and
Very
then
good.
this is a
Hmm.
cloud. So
Hmm. Hmm.
for the cloud, it
Hmm.
will go up in condensation,
Hmm.
and it will put rain, and
Yes.
again it will happen.
Yes.
This.
Yes. So it will form a cloud. So the cloud is water particles. Okay, cloud is water particles. Okay, the vapor and it will settle in the cloud as water particles, which will come as rain. That is called condensation.
Hmm.
Okay, so condensation is vapor to water.
Okay.
Condensation is vapor to water. But how this water first changed it to vapor? That was the first step, right? So water, liquid water, if it goes to gas, then it is evaporation or boiling, right? But if the gas comes as liquid, it's called a condensation. That is what we are getting rain, right? Initially, that water was there. After evaporation, because of sun's heat, it will change it to liquid, and it will change it to gas, and it will be called as cloud. The cloud. So many gas particles will be in the cloud. Then after that, it will get cold, and so many that particles will collide with each other, and they will come as rain. So that gas comes as rain. No, that is called a condensation, right?
Yeah, there is four types of rain. It is
Four
one
types of
is
rain. Uh,
yeah, it is rain. We call it precipitation. It is rain, hail,
rain, hail, very good.
hail, and then what it was.
Hmm.
Rain, hail, and then I don't know that too. Sleep,
Hmm.
and then snow.
Snow, very good, very good. Okay, now can you read the last page of this lesson? That we can.
Matter
Uh,
Matter can change state
uh,
when it
uh,
is heated or cooled.
uh,
Melting, boiling, and evaporating are
uh,
changes of matter that happen when matter is heated enough. Freezing and condensation are changes of state that can happen when matter is cooled. We don't have this part.
Very clear. And one more thing, Srishti, I for this today's class I have made this PPT of only 22 pages, right?
Yeah.
So all the 22 pages are over, and the time is also going to get over. So if you want that extra class today itself, or shall I take it in the next class?
No, if you want, you can do it.
But I don't have any portion now. That's what I'm telling.
I don't have any question also. It's your wish.
It's my wish. So let me take in the next